Hey, it's Aaron here. Hope you're all doing well. I'm just going to double check to make sure that everybody can hear me. If you can let me know if you're in the chat function, great to see you. Awesome. And yeah, if you're on YouTube, I will be able to see it as you can see, like so. If you're on Facebook, I may not be able to see your name, so there's some permissions you need to do. But otherwise, if you're on YouTube, then that's where I will see you. So I'm already seeing that 20 people here already. Please tell me if you can hear me well, where you're from. I'd love to know who's tuning in and from where. And I'm going to get started pretty much straight away. And I'll tell you a little bit about the agenda and we'll dive straight in. We're going to be doing a lot of share screening today where I'll show you different examples and I'll kind of dive straight in. And then as I'm going through the process, I would love for you to leave your questions in the comments for anything because you're gonna have so many questions. I'm just gonna tell you right now. So we will do big Q&A at the end as well because I am going to answer those questions as much as I possibly can. Okay, Celie, great to see you and hear you. If you can hear me, that's awesome. Tony Jones, hello. Hopefully you can hear me well. BizTech Ninja, Elena, I think is your name. Sounds a little low. Okay, hopefully that's kind of sorted out now. Yours really awesome. Hey mate, loud and clear. Awesome. Let me know where you guys are tuning from, and we'll dive straight in. Oh, you're from Perth. Very nice. Awesome. Awesome. I need to visit at some point. In case you didn't know, I'm in Bali, Indonesia, and that's where I am. This is not a virtual background. This is actually my bedroom in a villa in Bali. And yeah, I'm really excited to dive in. So who else do we have? Ella. Oh, across San Diego. Very hot. L, sorry. Yep. Okay. Perfect. Awesome. All right. So I'm just super curious to know um, who here actually knows, and we're going to talk about different things about mind membership and AI evolution and things like that. I'm just super curious to know who here uses AI tools on a daily basis or on a regular basis in your business, in your life. I'm just curious to know if this is something that's like mainstream for who's tuning in. I'm just curious about that. And if you are, just say yes. And the second question I have for you is who here has explored Canva AI and what it does and anything along these lines, basically, that played with it or familiar with it or not. And if you have, type in Canva AI. Okay. If you haven't, just say no. I'm just curious to know. Okay. Awesome. BizTech Ninja, please act all the time. Sid said yes. And said yes. Silly said yes. Awesome. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, great. So it's definitely like people are using it, which is great. So I'm going to go over, first of all, I'm going to start with a little case study, which I think will be fascinating to you, because this is something that I've never shared before, this particular case study on a lead magnet. You would have maybe, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I obviously do the landing page challenge. I've got lead magnet a day, landing page in a day. I've got a lot of things about list building and stuff like that. But lead magnets we typically associate with PDFs, with free ebooks, with webinars, summits, etc. Those are the things, right? Now, a lead magnet, in case you didn't know, you obviously are creating something, a valuable resource that somebody is willing to give you their email address for in order to receive that resource. Now, I am actually going to share with you something that I have created, and this is a software tool that I've created. And that particular software tool is something, and I'm going to share my screen. You can still see me. Oh, hang on. There we go. Okay, let me just do this one. Okay. Okay, this is a software tool that I personally got created probably 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I would say 4 years ago, I think. At the time, I was migrating from Hodia over to Kajabi. This is when I first launched my membership 4 years ago. I got this particular software created with the help of my brother, who's a developer. This particular software, and I'll share my screen so you can actually see the actual numbers. So I want to show you numbers as well. bear with me here. Okay, so this particular software, I don't know if you can see it, but I have 1,414 email subscribers that I got from this lead magnet, which no, I've never told anybody about this. And I'll tell you why I haven't told anybody about this. It's very simple. I needed my brother to help me over a couple of days to design it for me, develop it for me, create it for me. I didn't do it. I just told him what I want and asked him to create it. Now let me just show you what the software does. It's so darn simple, right? So basically the first thing is somebody arrives on this page. It's called linkredirect.io. I've got a little YouTube video, which is how I got the traffic. I create a tutorial on how it works in those tools. Somebody will enter their name and email, and I will collect their email basically. Once they sign up, they will be able to go to the page, which is this page, and they're going to type in a website, whatever the website is, basically. They will click on generate code, copy the code, and put it on their website. And that's it. That is the software. That's simple. Okay? This software is giving me 1,414 email subscribers over the last 4 years, which give or take is 300 subscriber per day. A new subscriber per day, completely organically, without me doing anything. Created 4 years ago. Okay? Now, the reason I haven't told people about this, it's not because I want to gatekeep, it's because I already have enough content as it is, which is already overwhelming probably for a lot of people because I do have a lot of content. If I know, like, okay, go create a software, go hire a developer, like that's just a whole different realm. Now, with Canva AI, you can actually create software tools and apps in minutes that are this simple and can actually work for you in your business. Now, I'm actually going to walk you through an example of creating something right now. Now, I actually was thinking to myself, I'm going to prepare for this. I'm going to plan for this. I'm going to come up, have a little plan on what I'm going to create. And I thought, you know what? Let's make this as authentic freaking possible. I want people in the audience to throw different ideas at me, and I want you to type different ideas. And I'm going to give you some prompts on what you're going to tell me. Okay? I want you to tell me maybe a little bit briefly about who you are, what you do in your niche, okay? And what maybe is an app idea. Simple, don't go crazy because this is simple stuff. Uh, like maybe like a calculator idea that's related to your niche or something along these lines that you think maybe will be cool to create. And I would love for you to just literally leave it in the comments and I'm going to brainstorm with you and create it live with you. Okay? And I would love for you to go ahead and do that right now. While you do that as well, I'm actually going to share with you an example of something I've created so you can actually see what it is that I am talking about as well. Now, I want to also, while we're kind of brainstorming, I also want to cover the concept of AI tools and why I think obviously why I'm transitioning to AI and using that, and also why I'm focusing a little bit on Canva more so. So is anybody having a little bit of a guess how many AI startups there are in the world right now? Anybody have an idea? I'll tell you the number. And I Googled this. And I asked ChatGPT as well, and I got the same answer. The answer is, and I'll share my screen. Hope you don't mind. I'm really like I'm not all about the pretty presentation. I'm literally showing you my editable Canva thing. So there are over 70,000 AI startups in the world right now. 70,000, okay? Which is absolutely crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, how long or which one of these companies is going to last? Which one is going to end up being mainstream? And this is going to be really difficult to know because we've got no idea which one is going to last. And so because of that dilemma, when I'm looking at the different things that AI are doing and what ChatGPT can do and image generation and I'm following about your Instagram accounts and I'm like, that's just impossible to know which one is going to last. And so I decided, you know what? After I watched the Canva AI website event, the Canva Create event, I thought to myself, you know what? Canva is not going anywhere, and their AI features may not be as advanced as other companies, but I sure as hell know that they're going to be around for another year, 2 years, 3 years. They're going to be around for a long time, and they're going to continue to be there, right? And so I think that that's something that they're going to. I just know they're going to be around basically, and that's why I decided, you know what, I'm going to focus on Canva AI, and I'm going to integrate that into my business. Okay. All right, we've got a few suggestions here. Let me just have a look. So we've got Tony. I help write journals. I write journals to help people transform their lives. Nice. Okay. Way to track contacts you make through group calls so you know where you met them and where you can begin. How to astrology and mindset. How to declutter. Absolutely help people do that. Yeah, okay. Interesting ideas. Yeah, cool. Let's do, this is a bit of a random idea, but let's do a little calculator. Okay, let's play with a calculator idea. Let me share Canva. Let's go to Canva AI. So first of all, you click on Canva AI and you click on code for me. And then let's play with an interactive calculator. Okay, now what I want to do with the interactive calculator, this is going to look a little bit random. But I'm going to try and do, if you can declutter X amount of clothes, for example, how much, and sell those, how much would that save you, or how much money you could make, let's just say. Just a random example, okay? So I'm going to type create a split modern calculator for my business to show people who want to declutter their home. Let's just say, right? I want to be able to have a slider of how many items they have, how many items they would declutter from that to have a more minimalistic lifestyle, let's just say, and being able to give a average price tag or something. Okay? Make it visually striking with trendy design elements and non-functional buttons. Yeah, then ask me about that. Okay, so now this is just super random idea, right? Let's just see what happens. I'm going to click on submit. Now the AI is now going to do the work. Okay. Now sometimes it actually kind of stops, so I'm hoping we're not going to have any mess up. Now, as it is going through the process, this is actually going to take a few minutes. This is not like instantly, right? So while it's going through that process, I'm now going to show you a couple of apps that I've created, and I'm going to show you briefly how I created them. So first of all, I showed you this aspect. We'll come back to the Canva AI. We're just going to share a different screen while it's thinking. So this is a specific tool that I created to help me create a link redirect. And by the way, Ella, for example, I did see your question. I love your question. I will answer that question toward the end because it's a great question you brought up about switching and Twitter links. Okay, so here's an app that I created, and I had a problem where people always ask me, what is the affiliate link? I want to promote something that you do. How do I promote it? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to create an app on how I'm going to basically give people every single one of my offers where they can see what it is. So if they click on learn more, then they can actually see it, right? They click in a new generate link as well. So they put their affiliate ID right here, and then they're going to click on generate ID. And then when they scroll down, you're going to see their ID right here, and this is their affiliate link immediately. And they simply click on copy and they'll be able to share it. Now here's what's cool about this. You might be wondering, well, how do I find my affiliate ID, Aaron? Okay, just click on this, and then you see this little pop-up automatically comes up where it shows you how to do it. And they click on this link and they can open up to a YouTube video to show them how to do that as well. This entire thing, this whole thing was built on Canva. Of course, I have like an about me, why they should promote me with testimonials, stuff like that, and a little bit more information about joining the affiliate style community, getting a free course, reading my blog about affiliate marketing, and things along these lines. If they click on about me, you see it will scroll down to the specific section. Some links, if they click on this, on the free course, it will go up to my landing page, my lead magnet, right? So I have different things that I've created on this page. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, how is this created? And this is something that I'm going to actually share in the Canva AI membership in much greater detail. There's only so much I can actually cover right now. But let me show you how I created it. So, this is the actual prompts that I have written, prompt by prompt by prompt by prompt by prompt, and what happened when I created that prompt. So the first prompt I gave to create this particular software, this particular app, I said I want to create an affiliate link generator. I have about a dozen offers. The person just needs to put their affiliate ID and automatically they will have an option to choose from the many sales pages available to promote with one link. And Canva AI created me a draft. Then I said, this is perfect. Now I'm going to give you each of the products along with the link. Let's start with one box. This is the product image. Put the button generate link under it. And then I give the image as well. And then it created the one box. Then I added more and more things. And you can see that this took me a total of 31 prompts back and forth where I had a conversation with this particular app. 31 back and forths, basically. Probably 6, 7 of them were kind of like, it's not right, it's not going anywhere, but that's what it took. And this is what you get when you join the membership, is a literal documentation of every single app, how it was created, what prompts I used, and a video walkthrough of the prompts as well, just to give you an idea. Now, I love this workshop because we now have, Canva has done its work in the background, and now we're going to go back to Canva and see what was created for us. Okay, so Celie, hope you're watching. This is what Canva did. Decluttering calculator, estimate how many items. So let's say we have 200 and blah items. My goal is to declutter 60%. That means that I'm going to remove 120 items. And okay, the service cost. Okay, so you see here, it calculated a service cost, like a professional service, as if I am the decluttering, right? Like I'm going to someone's house and decluttering for them and how I'm going to charge for it, right? So for every item I charge them on clothes. So you can see the Canva AI, the calculator, didn't understand, okay, well, I'm not trying to go to people's houses and offer service. I'm trying to show people the value of decluttering their minimalistic stuff. Now, you're not necessarily going to need to tell this to the AI. You're going to need to just tell them, I love it. Let's remove the professional service. Let's give me an option where I can actually choose how much that is and things along these lines. So now now that I've got a little draft from Canva, Celie, maybe you can have a think about this, but in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, instead of like the calculator, now what I'm going to do actually, I'm going to add a button at the end of the page that says want a checklist of 50 items, checklist of how to efficiently, let me just think, want a checklist of how to declutter how to decide what to declutter first and what keep complete guide available for download. And then a CTA button to this URL. Now, silly, I don't have your URL, so I'm just going to put this URL and open the button in a new tab. Let's just say, okay? So now I'm going to give the AI the instructions, right? Now the instruction is going to be this. I usually say this is a great start. I am going to give you some pointers to fix. Please fix only these points and leave everything else exactly as it is. Reason I do that is because I've found that whenever I've not done that, if I don't fix this one thing, I will just say, make this button bigger or something like that and change this color to black. It will erase everything I did and it will just give me a black button. I'm like, no, where is everything else? And here's the thing, you cannot go back to earlier versions and tell it to revise again. You have to be very watchful and it can be frustrating, but there's certain little things that I've learned that you need to avoid to be able to not do that. Now, here's another point. You will notice that on this page, there is no picture of the lead magnet. There's no picture of Sealy, the creator of this calculator, let's just say. So what do you do? How do you upload that? Well, to do that, you're going to need to upload an image. And you don't upload an actual physical image, like an actual PNG file. You're not going to upload a file. You're going to upload it as a link, basically. Now, how are you going to do that? I'm going to share my screen quickly and show you how to do that, so you can see. So I'm going to go to, let's go to this website for a second. Let's find a picture of me just for demonstration purposes. Okay, so we'll grab this one. And then you go to an image on your website, click on copy image. And then when you go back to Canva AI, we'll do now, you're going to add that in the prompt. Add this image next to the CTA so they can associate that lead magnet with a person, that you meet, let's say. Okay, now let's make brand colors. I would like it all to be with these two colors. And let's just pick, you will basically put the hex color, whatever that hex color is, right? Which is this, for example. In this case, red, blue, and yellow, let's just say, and white. So now, again, you need to label these. So add a button, CTA button, image, what do they say on the image? Oh yeah, let me grab the image again. 1 second. Copy image address, sorry, it wasn't copy image address. Right, and then brand colors, I would like it to be this way. And remove the professional service in red bubble. That's not what this calculator is for. Replace it with a title. How much money can you save if decluttering your home? Right? That's just saying. Or make with decluttering your home and selling your items. Now, here's another idea. You can actually add a second button as well. Let's just say, add another call to action. Download free checklist on how to sell your items on Facebook Marketplace. Let's just say, and turn your clutter into cash. Okay? So now, but I've done that, and we need to give it a link, right? So I'll put a random link just because I don't have, you know, I don't have a link for this necessarily. And what I tell it, I say to add relevant UTMs. I'll tell you what UTM is in a moment. Okay, so this was my prompt. Everybody can see that. I'm now going to click on this. Now you'll notice that I can only do 4,000. Now, by the way, there is a voice note. You can actually do it with the voice. I've never actually tried the voice. This is something I'm not trying. So this is something to explore. I'm going to submit a reply, and let's all pray to the Canva gods that we're going to get a really good return, and let's see what happens. And again, this is real time. This is an idea I picked up now. This is not planned. Silly did not know I'm going to do this. I did not know I'm going to do this. But I love doing this because I want to show reality. I don't want to show a facade of, perfection. I want to show you reality. This could literally get stuck, and that's just how it goes. While it's doing that, I'm now going to show you some other things because now, this is why this webinar is going to be so cool because as AI is working, we're going to go back to doing something productive as well and go over other points as well. Okay, so let me show you another example that I want to share with you is how to create a website with AI because this is a point that I know a lot of people have struggled with or they've got questions on. And I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm going to eliminate any excuses you've ever had about creating a website, creating a sales page, launching a membership, or any of that good stuff. I'm going to show you an example of somebody that I was on Zoom yesterday. She's a VIP member, and she wanted to launch a sort of a membership relating to de-stressing, basically, reducing stress and stuff like that. And so, here's what I did. I went to ChatGPT and I said, I need to create a membership to help people in US, Canada to de-stress, just helping them with good habits to lead a more mindful life, include practices related to meditation, not being so good to their phones and things like that. Can you create a sales page draft so I can do this? Now, I'm not saying this is a good prompt. I'm just showing you how quickly you can do those things. So I got this particular text from ChatGPT, okay? I then copied this particular text and I went to Canva AI. And I literally copy and pasted it, and I want you to see the website that was created by Canva instantly. The first thing with zero editing, zero anything. This is the website. That's it. That's the website. This whole thing was created in minutes without me doing anything. And obviously now there is different aspects. For example, if you look at the page, in my mind, I'm like, well, okay, 5 doesn't look too good. Maybe you should have 6 one. I might want to change some text. I might want to adjust this because I think that doesn't look too good as well. I think maybe I want to change the name. Maybe I want to add a logo. Maybe I want to add buttons. Where is this link going to go? All that good stuff. Okay. Now here's the point. With Canva, like this is just more like maybe an app or maybe a standalone page, but you cannot accept payments. You cannot collect emails. You're not building an email list. You're not able to do a lot of things like that, which is why things like System.io is still very much something I'm extremely focused on. And I just want to incorporate Canva with System.io in my business and start supporting people with both tools combined because both are basically critical to have, right? So that part is really critical to understand that there is still limitations. You cannot do everything now. It doesn't replace System.io. It doesn't replace Kajabi if you're using Kajabi. It just gives you different tools that you can use to be able to create incredible things. And also, this particular website might be not necessarily the website you're going to create, but you can use that as a wireframe. You can use this as a draft to be like, okay, I'm going to use this draft to be able to replicate this website on System.io. Now, here's the beautiful part. You can hire somebody on Upwork. You can hire my team for $20 an hour, or for $50 for X amount of for a small amount of money, relatively, and tell them, build this website for me on Kajabi, build this website for me on WordPress, build this website for me on System.io. You're gonna go to Canva. You're gonna talk to Canva and saying, okay, could you make this color this? Okay, could you, instead of giving a Google Doc and having some VA in the Philippines or wherever trying to figure out how to pretty it up, you're going to give them the completed version on Canva and say, please make this for me on System IO. I'm willing to pay X amount of dollars. That's it. And I can tell you right now, any freelancer that knows what they're doing could replicate what you see on this page in an hour or two. And that's why it will, this whole thing about the Canva AI membership and this whole Canva AI resources and tools I'm sharing with you, like I can show you how to use this in ways that are going to save you so much money. Right now, just this past month, I was working on a different software tool. This happened just before Canva Create launched Canva Code AI. What happened is that I was actually building a software tool that I want to launch. And that particular software tool, I was hiring somebody on Upwork to do building it out with them manually together. And I spent about $600 so far on the development and the design. Now with Canva AI, I can design the entire app without having to go do it with this person. And I could just give him the final creation at the end for him to put it on the specific software that I needed to be on. And it will cut down my cost 10 times. So instead of it costing me probably $2,000 for the entire design of that particular software, it's going to probably cost me 200. It would have cost me $200 to create that, right? And so on. Okay, so this is just the different reasons why you would use Canva. It's not even to create an app that you're going to still use, but it's to mind map and design flows and all that stuff. Okay, who's ready for Canva AI calculator? Canva AI has just alerted me that it finished working. Let's go back and see what was created. So this is what I got. Decluttering calculator. Let me just make sure you can see this. Yeah, okay. Estimate your cluttering service cost. How much money can you make with decluttering your home and service selling items? Current items, declutter, service costs. Want a checklist to decide what to declutter first and what to keep? Download the free guide. It will open in a new tab. Works perfectly fine. And then download the free checklist on how to sell your items in the marketplace and turn your clutter into cash. Open in a new tab as well. It goes to the website. You cannot see it, but it actually does open. And that's version 2. Now, this is the thing. You can just keep going back and forth and go over and tell the AI what else do you want them to do, basically, right? And that's the beauty of this particular thing, right? Now, let me do another little demo as well. Let's pick. Give me 1 second. Let me just go back and figure out something that I did yesterday. Who's finding value so far with this? Is this new to you? Are you not? Is this awesome? Is it not like absolutely mind blowing? This month. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Okay. Let me show you. Next thing I want to show you. Moment. Bouncing between tabs. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Sealy said, "Thanks so much. Can't wait to play around more. Convey amazing. Absolutely." Al said, "So you took what ChatGPT created and just put it into Canva AI and created a site. You can just minus what you put in Canva for it to put out the website image." Yeah, exactly. So I created a copy with ChatGPT. I copied that and I said, create me a website based on that. Let me show you another example of what I did yesterday, and I'll give you another demo. So you could see the text that I wrote right there. Okay, this is an actual prompt that I said. I said, design a website for me using the following copy. I made a typo. Make it luxury, gold and black colors, animations, and hover for any important sections that make the page stand out. Add a call to action, then say to learn more and link to aroundthekai.com. And then include the text for the website, basically. Okay? Now, here's the point, right? What I did is I grabbed a bunch of text that I had from something that I've written ages ago, and let me show you what I created, basically. Yeah, okay, let me show you now. I'm just going to share the screen. Give me 1 second. Okay, you can see my screen, right? Um, so you can see that this is the text that I put in. I then put the text from here to here. This is the text of the website. You can see this is not short. Okay, and let me show you version one. So this was version one of what I got from that one prompt. This is the website. The exact path to making money online. What I'm about to share with you. Da 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 da. The 6-step process. Now have a look at all these cool animations. This is just so cool. Benefits of consistency, little bullet points, follow the process, ready to transform, learn more. When they click on the process, it scrolls down. When they click on the benefits, it scrolls down. Get started, it scrolls down. Okay? This is version one. Now, obviously, I'm going to be like, okay, great. Can we change this logo? Can we make this CTA also earlier? This call to action button, right? I can also go through the text. Is there any typos and stuff like that? And this entire page was done with version one of me just telling the AI what I want, basically. Okay. Now, cool. That's pretty cool, right? How awesome is that? Now, by the way, I think there's another important point that I need to talk about here. If AI is that good, what's going to happen to website builders? What's going to happen to designers? What's going to happen to service providers? Because there's tools about video editing and things like that, right? This is a real concern. If you are in the service space, if you are in any business that has any sort of actions that can now be done by AI faster and better than you gotta be figuring out how to integrate that into your business. That's why I am also transitioning a lot in my business to software and to creating these type of tools and creating a membership on and incorporating Canva into my business and things along these lines. Because the reality is that there's certain things that you are going to struggle to do, um, or your clients are going to have struggled to do that they needed to pay you for, and now they're not going to struggle with that anymore. Copywriting is a huge thing. Like anyone that's a copywriter, I mean, this is going to become harder and harder for you because it's just going to be harder. You're going to figure out a way to pivot your business to be able to add value beyond just copywriting, right? Um, yeah, it's just a lot of aspects like that I think you gotta start taking AI seriously, not just to make your life more efficient, but figure out how your income streams or your business ideas are not going to get shot down in flames in the next 1 to 2 years if they haven't already. So that's another point that I think is important to share. I want to show you the prompt that I used for that other website for the membership, that sales page. So the prompt was I need to create a membership to help people from the US, Canada to help them with good habits to live more mindful life, include practices related to meditation or being glued to their phones, things like that. Can you create a self-page draft that I can use? And then copy and paste the text, and so on. Now I'm going to give you some rules that you're going to need to know. Oh, I'm not showing that screen. Sorry, let me just go back. I'm going to give you some tools, some bullet points on things that you should ideally be able to have prepared to make sure that your app is designed really well. And the way you would do that, by the way, is and sometimes because you don't know what that's going to be, you're just going to give it a simple prompt like the one you're seeing right now, and just have a conversation back and forth and back and forth, and just kind of get your brain going. And as you're going through that process, what you're going to do is you're going to save the relevant content into a Google Doc. And when you save that into a Google Doc, once you have the entire thing ready, you're then going to start over with Canva and start fresh and have that done with the fact that you've now collected, because you're more doing a brainstorming until you've formulated what it is that you want exactly. And I'm going to show you an example. So first of all, here are a bunch of fast rules, hard and fast rules that I'm going to tell you about what you're going to need. So first of all, your images, you cannot upload a PNG. You cannot upload an image or a JPEG or anything like that. You need to host a link elsewhere. It is a little bit too techy for me to show you how to do that right now, but rest assured I cover it in my membership. But that's something that you need to do. Okay, so that's a very, very important piece. Second thing, your brand colors and font, what you want it to be. Your links, include any links, where do you want to hyperlink, what buttons do you want to have, and where you want it to go, and whether you want it to open in a new tab or open in the same tab. Very, very important. Any links you want to include, and this is where it gets complicated. And this is stuff that I'm not going to be able to show you today because it really gets a little bit too complicated. But because the Canva AI aspect, like I told you, you have version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4. Let's just say you get to version 6 and you're like, oh my God, version 6 is so not what I wanted. Please let's go back to version 4. It's so much better. Let's carry on from version 4 onwards. Doesn't work that way. At least not at the time of recording. You're gonna need to figure out how to start over to get it back to version 4. So it is really important, especially when you have links, because links can be really tricky, because a link is something that, like, if you have the wrong link on the page, it's a mess. And so what I do, instead of linking my website, I always link pre-links. Because pre-links, I can revise elsewhere in Switchy. I don't have to revise it in Canva. So even if links change later, after I've created something, I can do that in Switchy manually without having to touch my creation on Canva and having that mess up. This gets really techy. I know some people are going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to reassure you, this is why I'm launching a membership, because there's certain things that are going to just require more than just like a webinar or a live stream. And so, but I did want to tell you what you need to do in case you can figure it out on your own, great. But if you want that extra hand holding and extra support and extra like short tutorial to show you how to do that, that's what's going to be covered in my membership. And then I keep track of what those free links are and where they go. If you have the text on the website, you want to have that. And then, like I said, you want to be very specific in your prompts so as to not erase earlier versions. Very, very, very critical. Okay? Those are some of the most key rules that I'm going to tell you when you're prompting on Canva AI specifically, you're going to want to have to be able to create what you want. Those are pretty much the top rules that you want to have, basically. Okay? Helpful? Cool? Exciting? Let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, now let me show you. I'm going to actually answer a couple of questions as well. I think it's important to answer. While you're leaving comment, I would love for you to let me know in the comment section if you found this helpful and if you have any questions. So Tony said, how can we get a copy of this video and various prompts? So the video is going to be, this is going to be still the same link you're watching on YouTube. It's still going to be available later. So that's how that's going to be. So that it's the same link is going to work, basically. Yeah, the various prompts, honestly, it's all going to be in my membership. Or you can go back to the recording and check it out as well. I will have my VA go through this live and create chapters as well, so you can refer back to different things. It might take a couple of days, but we will do that. Okay. I would like a guide on how to sell a marketplace. Silly idea for a lead magnet. Karina, fantastic. I can see massive time saving creation ideas. Absolutely, Karina. You are in an incredible position because you are that type of freelancer who just figure out how to incorporate AI. You can just double, triple your income because you can do things so much faster, basically. So you should definitely look at pricing yourself for task versus price, if that makes sense. And also you could do a lot more arbitrage, a lot easier. Because let's say you have somebody telling you, okay, I want you to create me a website on this tool. Instead of you doing it yourself, you can design it on Canva, easy, show them, get their approval, give it to the VA, charge $2,000, pay somebody $200 or whatever, have that arbitrage, and you can figure things out along these lines. So you got that, those things. Olivia said, can I charge people for my Canva app? So uh, it's too early for me to truly answer this question. Too early stage. My instant answer for you is probably yes. The reality is that I cannot say for sure because there is variables that could happen where you can create an app and you'll have some bug that doesn't work because of a specific use case, depending on what you're trying to create. And then all of a sudden, you have an app that it's not really workable and you charge money for something that doesn't really work, basically. So could you charge for a Canva app? I think you can. It just depends on what you create and truly testing it to make sure that it's usable. And I can tell you right now, there is one specific app that I am creating for myself that is already going to be an add-on. It's going to be a software app specifically as an add-on to people who bought my course, Thank You Page in a Day. So my answer to you is, could you charge for an app? Yes, but you just have to. I need to figure out how to do that. So in my mind, I'm going to basically launch this particular app. It's going to be a great app. I'm going to use it myself. Every time I create a new funnel, I'm going to use this app. That's how freaking good it is. And what's going to happen is I'm going to give access to people who bought my Thank You Page in a Day. That's who's going to get access to that particular app. So I'm going to sell the course, but there's going to be that app as a bonus to then get more sales to that Thank You Page in a Day course, if that makes sense. And of course, people in my membership who already have access to it, well, they're just going to get more value as well. So, Olivia, great question. It's a very, very relevant question. I hadn't realized what Canva can do. I'm going to try this first. This is mind blowing, absolutely. Thanks so much. Can't wait to play around with more Canva adding. Amazing. Al, I answered that question. Yeah, okay. So you cannot charge for things Canva cares if making significant changes to it. No, you can charge, but you just have to make sure it works. And yeah, you just have to make sure it works. Great question, Wendy. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think there's no indication. I mean, it's just a code. You're just embedding a code. So not that I know of, basically. Yeah, not that I know of. Yeah. So yeah, not being able to go to the back end, right? Let me explain that as well. When I say you cannot go back to the back end, let's go back to the tool the thing that I created, this calculator. There is no way to actually see what the code is or changing it. The only way to now create something is click on Use in Design. It will open in a new tab. And now I've got this page right here, and I'm going to click on Publish Website. Now I'm going to click on making it a website, put the URL. I'll add, declutter demo. So I'll call it. And then I'm going to click on Publish, basically. And now it will publish the website. Okay? And that's the only way to do that. So now if I copy that, I can actually give it to you, put it in the chat, and then you'll see it. Basically. Okay? So that. So now you know what? I'm going to answer your question a little bit better about can you charge. I'm going to show you how I would charge. So let me share a totally different screen. Now earlier, I talked about a concept about mapping out the content and brainstorming with Canva. And then as you're going through the concept with Canva, you're then going to go back and outline the content on a Google Doc. Here is a couple of websites I'm going to show you. So let's go to this website. Anybody seen my Canva AI membership? Yeah, that's right, confetti. Um, Anybody seen my sales page for the Canva AI membership? Let me know. And if you want to learn more, I'm gonna leave it in the comment section as well. Or you can simply go to around.link/Canva AI and just put in the chat. Okay, this is the link if you want to check it out. Now you can see the page that I'm showing you right now. This is basically a sales page that I created on Canva. Who's seen that page, by the way? I'm just curious to know. Okay, so let me show you the page. So first of all, you see how these cool animations happen? And this thing? And you got a title, a little subtitle, unlock your creativity. Now I want you to pay attention to how the text is changing. Canva website design, unlock Canva's potential, full potential. And then I'm going to hover over it. Pay attention. Look at this. And then the text continues to change. Unlock Canva's full potential, blah, blah, blah. Go back. Expert-led Canva workshops, under 40 hours tech support, behind-the-scenes Canva app creation, Canva website design, unlocks Canva's full potential, right? This was created using Canva, this website. Then I did a little pop quiz. Was this page created using Canva? Now, obviously, we now all know that this was created using Canva. So we're going to say yes. And then there's a little pop-up from me. You got it. This page is going on Canva, and in the membership, I'll show you the exact prompts to help you create this very page. Massive time saver. No to advance. Surprise, the entire page is created on Canva AI, Canva Code. Who needs expensive web developers when you got Canva superpowers? Okay, now, I know what you're thinking. How much is it going to cost? So by default, I had the price here as free for people to join the .com Trips Plus membership. And if somebody clicks the link, it will basically open in the sales page in a new tab, basically, okay? Now, if somebody clicks on option number 2, pay attention, hope you're all watching. It changes. And then there's a monthly option and an annual option. And if you click on the monthly, it will open in a new tab. If you click on the annual, it will open in a new tab. Now, let's keep scrolling. Does anybody have any questions? Here's the thing. Have a look. That's the end of the page, right? But when you click this button, when you toggle this, questions appear below. And then when you click on a question, this thing happens, this cool animation, up, down, and so on. I want to answer one question that I think is really important. Do I need Canva Pro? I've been paying Canva for 4 or 5 years. I've got no problem paying a company that gives me a really good service. And if it's within reason and I can afford it, I will make a point to pay. I've got no problem. So I've never explored free version of Canva. I don't know what the free version does or doesn't do. And to be honest, I don't care. Canva is a great tool. I'm happy to pay them. It's whatever, $200 a year or whatever. And so I don't know, but I do know I've had somebody tell me I went to go do Canva code and it doesn't work for me. I'm like, what kind of you on there? They're free. I'm like, okay, well, you cannot expect free I mean, yeah, you can get ChatGPT for free, but at some point, you gotta realize that if you want to get the good stuff, you gotta have to pay for certain things, right? So yeah. So this is all created on Canva. Templates included. Now have a look. What kind of templates included? Have a look at the design Canva did for me. I didn't tell it to do that. I just said design it nicely. Is it for beginners? Coding, programming, tech support, graphic design. Amazing. Cool, right? So I'm now going to show you the text that I used to create this entire page. Are you ready for it? This is the prompt that I gave Canva AI to be able to create this website. This is a 15-page Google Doc. Now, bear in mind that you cannot give a prompt this long. You have to break it up. So I think I had to break it up by 4 or 5 different um, segments, basically, to be able to get this level of creation and that specific, couldn't say the word, and so on. Okay, so that's the idea. That's the concept. You have to once you brainstorm what you want, instead of trying to fix what's there, sometimes it's easier to just start from scratch, and you just gotta make sure that you got your prompts well laid out on how it got done, basically. Okay, so that's that. All right, let me go back to my slide and see if there's anything else that I want to cover with you. Okay. Um, Let me just share the Canva AI membership. Just going to share another screen. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so I'm now going to show you. This is the members area in my Canva AI membership. Okay, and you can see that I have a walkthrough video. I will have an affiliate connection, an affiliate program. All the templates you're going to receive as well. There's a lot of templates that are included in the membership. Lots and lots of them. Here are the Canva workshops. So I created this tool, before and after tool, basically. Actually, let me show you the affiliate program generator. I showed you the affiliate program. Let me just show you that again. You know what I'm talking about. So when I do an AI workshop, you will see that I will have the video. This is a 58 minutes walkthrough where I explain the entire process from A to Z. We're actually going through all the prompts that I created. And then there's an AI summary of the workshop as well. So if you want to read it, it's also summarized as well. And you can browse through the chapters. And this is a walkthrough. This particular workshop is a walkthrough of having created this tool. So I created this tool. The workshop is to show you the entire process of creating this tool. Now you will see that in the members area, you will see the Canva apps that I have for you, and you will get access to them. Some apps I'm not going to share publicly. Some apps are publicly available. So I'm going to show you one app that is not publicly available, and this is the comparison slider. And to be honest, I created it for myself. Simple as that. As you know, I've been on a fitness journey where I wanted to, I wanted to get really fit, and that's just what I've been working for now for quite a while, right? Here's the point, right? I wanted to create that, and so I created this app for myself. So I put as a placeholder my before photos, but the before photo and the after photo, you can actually customize if you want to change the color, if you want to change the style. All you gotta do is click on the embed code, generate embed code, copy this, and now you can embed this comparison. You can put it on your System.io website, for example. Okay. Now, why this is cool and why I don't sell this app per se is because this adds different complexities. For example, if somebody tries to embed two different pictures of this, two different embed codes on the website, only one of them will work. Why? I don't know. I haven't figured it out in the code because I can't figure out how to do that. And I'm not trying to build an app about how to create a comparison. I'm not trying to create an app for comparison slider. That's just not, I'm not trying to create a software on that. I'm trying to show you how to create tools for your own use. Do you want to end up figuring out how to sell it? Great. But in my case, I will share it with the members because I'm like, it's already there. I might as well share it. If it's going to get value from you, great, you can use that. So this app is not publicly available. This app, UTM generator, is publicly available. And what a UTM means, it's a phrase basically, and I'll show you what it means. What a UTM tags basically is simple codes to know where something came from, where traffic came from. So if I want to send people to my website, aroundbukai.com, and I'm going to do a post on LinkedIn about that. And then I'm going to write a post, which is just me writing to my audience. And I'm going to write a post. I'm going to write a post about, let's say, quitting my 9 to 5 job. The story behind, right? And then I want to now generate the UTM tag, and I can then use this link to paste it in LinkedIn, which now, if somebody ends up on my website, I will be able to know that that's where they came from, right? That's what this particular tool does. Now, why did I create this tool? Very simple. I use UTM tags all the time for Facebook ads and various things like that. But every time I want to create those type of links, I have to go to Google and find a link generator that does that. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just create my own. And I'll make it a little bit more user-friendly where people don't have to think about the sources. Now, what if I don't have it listed? Other. So they can type their source. Other. They can type the source. So I'm not locking people in. I'm still giving them customization, and they can customize that flow. And this is where I do that. And then another point is all these tracking is done using Google Analytics. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, I've got no idea how to install Google Analytics or whatever. So what I do, I have this link right here. And what does it do? It opens in a new tab, and it takes them to my free checklist and video, and it takes them into my funnel where they can hire my team one-on-one, or they can join my tech membership. So I'm using this tool. I created this tool for myself, but it's also now turned into a lead magnet to get people, to drive people into my funnel. So now how many lead magnets can I create like this? Well, as many as I wish. This is where I came to the idea of creating a Canva AI membership, because I was like, you know what? I'm going to create an app every month. I'm going to create something new, and people are going to learn every month a new tool, get inspiration. And as I'm creating, I want to also, I want to leverage my members and their creations to see what are they creating that is really valuable. Because maybe we could partner on something, maybe we can collaborate, or maybe I could just get inspired on the incredible things that can be done for various niches. For example, there is other niches that can have use cases which are incredible, right? Like I was already thinking there's probably something that can be done in the fitness industry in terms of macro counting, or if you have a recipes, there's something that can be done, right? Things along these lines. So there's going to be different value that I know can be done. Astrology, right? I'm sure there's going to be something that can be done for astrology as well. So anything like that, I'm sure can be done. Okay, let's go back to the members area. Yeah, those are the apps that are available. There is another app. Actually, this is important. I need to show you this. By the way, if you go to aran.link/Canva AI, type it into the browser, it will open in the sales page. I'm going to show it to you now. You see this anybody that knows System.io and you've embedded video or you uploaded a video to System.io, you know that this is what the branding looks for the custom video player, right? Everybody knows that? Now, you see this particular video? Pay attention to this. See how this green thing pops up? And notice how this has this hover around it? And same here, and this yellow. And if I was to click here and play it, I want you to pay attention to the progress bar in yellow. How do you think I created that? I created that custom video player using Canva AI. How did I do that? It's in the members area. Now it's not public because I need to record a video to show you how to use it first. That'll probably be live this week. And also there are some bugs in this particular software, this particular app that I created, but I don't actually need this app for myself. I just wanted to give you an example, and I was just playing around to see could I create a custom video player. So if you're using System.io and you want to have your own custom branded video player, for example, I can show you how to do a custom branded video player using System.io video hosting still, but it's going to be totally different. It's going to have different colors, completely different, basically. All you gotta do is in the membership, there's gonna be a training about how to create a custom video player. So it looks totally branded to you, basically. That's not cool, I don't know what it is. And then here you can actually play around with the calculators and the apps that I've created. So these are all tools that I've created. This is another tool that I created actually on Canva app. Okay, I've had so many people ask me about this. So if you go to brand.arankai.com, I've got my logos, my colors, and when I click on this, it will automatically copy, and I can copy and paste it and use it in my website. Sounds like my brother created this page for me, by the way, and I had to ask him to do it for me. Now, I created the same page, identical page for DDF, Daily Desk Fitness, and it works the exact same way. I can show you in the members area how to create a custom page for your own brand, for your brand colors, your logos, all that stuff. So you can share this page with affiliates, with graphic designers, all that good stuff. Okay? So yeah, very, very cool stuff. Now, I want to go over a little bit, I want to now talk a little bit about pricing so you know how much it's going to cost and all that stuff. So, first of all, the Canva AI membership is $70 a month or $97 a year. This is a founding member launch, founding member price. So that's the price. You get access to all the apps that I've created, behind the workshops and how they were created. I've got a lot of Canva templates, and then you'll get access to them all as well. I've got a lot of beginner-friendly workshops that my sister recorded, and then you'll get a members community as well. If you are in my VIP membership or the DCT Plus membership, then you already have access. Now, I will make a point. If you are a System.io customer and you're not in my DCT Plus membership, I would recommend you join my DCT Plus membership. So I would definitely recommend that. But otherwise, the monthly or the annual plan is probably the best option. Now, I have fast action bonuses that I want to offer. So basically, I've got a bunch of bonuses that I am going to give you for those people that are going to join the first 100 members, basically. So you can basically choose one of these two of these bonuses. So there's 6 bonuses: one-on-one call with my VA, my coach and service provider roadmap course, my affiliate marketer roadmap course, my VA course, sales funnel workshop, or Facebook group in a day. Pick 2 of these, email me to let me know which one you want, and I will give it to you as a free bonus if you join my membership and you're one of the first 100 people, basically. Okay? So that's that. Now, while I've covered that, I'm gonna now just tackle questions basically. So, Tony, been so informative, massive learning curve, but well worth it. Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in, Tony. I really appreciate you. Olivia, can you add a UTM link to the caption of IG? Yes, we can. Thank you for joining. Sealy's must go, but such great info. Can't wait to have the membership. Absolutely. Probably no copyright issue. Yeah. Um, so you're creating that app on Canva. That's cool to get access to your app. Yeah. So I created on Canva. If you use Canva to host the app, then you cannot. Well, you can charge for it, but it's going to be publicly available, so it's tricky. You cannot charge money for it. You need to use other tools like System.io to accept payments. So once I create apps that actually work, I may decide to sell those as standalone apps, basically. And I will embed those in System.io. Again, if you want to know how to do it, I will show you how to do it in membership. It's too technical for me to go into right now. So you can charge, but it just you need to be able to change things. Super great to know. How do we get a copy? Please leave your questions right now because I'm going to answer questions. So leave your questions right now. Yeah, replay. This link is on YouTube. It's going to be available. Yeah, massive time saver. Answer that. Yeah, exactly. Thanks for tuning in, Larry. Awesome. About journals. That's awesome. Yeah, so I think, for example, Elena, I think this is maybe a little bit too advanced to what can be done with Canva because it's kind of like the front end. Um, like honestly, something like that, just use something like a Google Sheet, probably the easier way, I guess. You know what I mean? Like you don't. There's certain things that are like you might as well use something else that's available already. You don't have to try to use Canva for it, but it's always an interesting thing from curiosity to figure out could you prompt Canva to create something that's more relevant to what you want. Yeah, astrology. What is it? Yeah, great question, Al. I wanted to get back to this question. I came across your video and wondering why you still use Switchy sometimes now, but you can create link redirect. There's a very, very specific reason why I do that. With Switchy, I can add my own custom domain. So the link that you're seeing on the screen right now is aran.link / Canva AI. Right? That's the link that I'm actually using. Now, aran.link is a pre-link, it's a shortened link. So it's just easier for me to use that because with using the redirect of the link redirect.io, it's more if I want to do it with my own domain. So if I want to do something with aranbukai.com, that's when I would use link redirect.io. So if it's an existing website I have, I will use that. Because I have a pretty link, aran.link, I would use switching, basically. I do talk about it in a little bit more detail in a blog post, which is aran.link / pretty links. Okay, so you can check that out and give you a more complete answer. Been using AI for coding? Absolutely. Except about anything AI, test digitally, it's fantastic. Absolutely. Using Canva to a beginner, a little bit of Canva AI, not Canva yet. Canva yet. Using AI. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Can't wait to do some astrology and HTML myself in the membership. Absolutely. Very cool. So membership shows how to create app examples and membership sales page. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The membership will show all of that. Now, what's available now is the two things that I showed you, which is how I created the before and after slider and how I created the affiliate program link generator. I will create more and more. Yeah, so that's that. Um, cool. I think I've answered the questions. Now let me go to Facebook because with Facebook I cannot always see the questions. Let me just go to Facebook for any questions. I would love to remind you about the bonuses that I offer as well. So these are the bonuses for those that are interested as well. Oh, I'll put the link in the chat as well. Okay. Analysis. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know now because we pretty much reached the end. Uh, while waiting for more questions to come in case you have anything, let me just tell you a little bit about what I'm doing schedule-wise. So I am currently in Bali, as you may know. I am going to fly out tomorrow. So I'm flying tomorrow. I'm gonna go to Dubai because I visit Dubai. I'll be there for a very short period of time, just like a kind of overnight thing, and then I'm gonna go to Portugal. So I'm actually meeting my family to Portugal. Very grateful to have them go on holiday there with me. And yeah, I'm going to Portugal. I'll meet them there with for a few days, and we'll spend time in Porto. I'm also actually meeting the CEO of System.io while I'm there because he's in, and I'm gonna meet in Portugal as well. So we'll have a little meeting. That'll be cool. And then I am going to visit my family for 2 weeks. I'm gonna go back to where I was born. We'll have a good time there. Meet my extended family and all that stuff as well. And then I'm going to go to France. It's gonna be beginning of June. I'm gonna be in Marseille. If anybody's in Marseille, let me know. I would love to, meet people and stuff like that. If you're in Portugal, I probably won't make time because I'm going to be with family. But in Marseille, if you live in Marseille, let me know. I'll be there for probably 2 3 days, and then I'm taking the Nomad cruise, digital Nomad cruise. It's just a cruise with a bunch of digital nomads, basically. And I'm going to go to Palermo in Italy. So if you're in Palermo, near the port, let me know. I will be there. And then I'm going to go to Malta. I don't know which port. I got no idea, but somewhere in Malta. And then we will finish in Athens, Greece. So I'll be there. The cruise is about 8 days or a week or something. And I will be in Greece for probably a few days, maybe a couple of weeks to be decided. I may do a little trip to Cyprus, and then I will probably make my way back to Dubai for a few days and then back to Bali. So that will be by beginning of July, late June. I anticipate that while I'm in Portugal, I will be doing very little work and I won't be available pretty much. But when I get back to my home country and so on, then it is very possible that I'll probably kind of be back to work. Even though I'm on holiday, I'll still be available. But I think just the first 5 days is going to be like you won't be able to access me really much in terms of like Zoom calls or whatever. But after that, yes. Okay. So yeah, just wanted to let you know that's the plans. And then when I get back from Bali, I'm going to continue with my fitness transformation, which has been super fun. I am going to go to, as soon as I finish this, I'm going to have my breakfast and I'm going to go to the gym. So that's what I do. I go to the gym every day. It's been super fun. And I'm just going to continue the journey. It was meant to be 6 months and it's just going to keep going. Okay, so I'll keep doing this journey. In case you didn't know, I have a full-time personal trainer slash nutritionist who lives with me. He's my best friend. And we live together. I cover everything. I pay for everything. He basically works for me. And I'm his only client. And he literally just takes care of my food, my training, my recovery, and he's in charge of my health and fitness. That's his sole job. And that's what I'm doing in Bali, and it has been a great journey, and I'm going to keep it because it's a great deal for him, it's a great deal for me, and yeah. Um, Starting a business is all about lifestyle, figuring out your lifestyle business, and to me, um, you know, it's something that I never thought I would do as a business owner. something like that, like doing what I'm doing now in Bali. But it makes sense, you know what I mean? I want to have a long life. I want to live to 100. I want to, be around for a long time. And I don't want to just live a long life. I want to live and be healthy and be fit and so on. So, that's why I invested in having somebody with me to do that because, I was looking at how much money I spent on Facebook ads and I'm like, I'm paying this much money to Facebook. Surely I can spend that much money on my own health and fitness. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy if you wouldn't. So yeah, that's why I'm doing it, and that's what I'm doing. And then when I get back from everything back to Bali, I still have a few different courses that I definitely need to kind of finish off. The traffic course I need to launch. The um, how to set up an affiliate program course, pretty links workshop, and one more that I gotta do. Yeah, there's about four courses that I gotta finish this off, and it honestly won't take me. It'll probably take me a month to finish them off, maybe 2 months max. And then I'm just going to primarily focus on software and my memberships and my members. And that's pretty much my entire focus. Creating software tools, focus on my memberships, and yeah, that's pretty much what it's going to be. Okay, I've got a question from. Oh no, from. Are you going to show us how to create, or are you going to give us templates? I'm not going to give you templates. Okay, I'm going to show you how to create, and I will give you prompts, the prompts that I use to create. The templates are not really that relevant, honestly, in this particular instance, like the templates. But I may figure this out. Now, the templates that I am giving is Canva templates as a general point. Let me show you what I mean by that. One moment. Okay, so this is the website. So if you scroll down to the end, right here, these are Canva templates you're going to receive as part of the membership. These are all templates that are available, and there's so many more, right? Brand audit assessments, ebooks, titles, checklists, workbooks, course lessons, business proposals, who we are, about me, podcast related stuff, media kits, speaker kits, checklists. This is all included in the membership, everything I'm showing you now. More checklists and workbooks, fillable workbooks. One of the trainings my sister did in the membership is how to create fillable workbooks as well. These are social media posts you could use, templates, testimonials, promotions, summits, product mockups for promotions. Anyway, this goes on and on and on. Slides for presentations as well, webinar presentations, roadmaps, podcast show, podcast related things. You get the idea. Facebook banners, LinkedIn banners, YouTube banners. Yeah, all that's included. This is templates that you get. And this is for $70 a month or $97 a year. And then you'll get the workshops on how to create the AI tools that I've shown basically. And as I create more, I'll just share more and more, basically. Okay? So hopefully that answers the question, Katya. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. If I've missed something and I haven't covered, please let me know. I'm going to wrap up now. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you. And yeah, that's about it. Otherwise, I will see you all in the members area. And oh, I've got another question here from somebody. Okay, for anybody that's asking me about, oh yeah, there you go. So DCT Plus membership is everything, including system and Canva. Yes, it includes everything, but not the annual plan. Sorry, only the annual plan. The monthly plan, no. If you're on the annual plan of .com Trips Plus, then the Canva AI membership is included. Yes, that's correct. Great question. Have a great holiday. Thank you, Karina. Really appreciate you. Karina, I answered your question privately. We discussed. So that's good. Katya, could you let me know if I answered your question? I want to make sure. Thank you, Olivia. I really appreciate you tuning in and asking questions and everything. Donia, awesome. Happy to have you. Yeah. Don't think I missed any other questions. Cool. Alrighty. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Really appreciate you. And I will be in touch. Let me know if you have any questions about the membership. We'd love to welcome as many of you. I remind you that the first 100 members can get bonuses, which is one of my various courses or one-on-one time with one of my virtual assistants as well. So love for you to join my membership, $17 a month or $97 a year. Katya, awesome. I got your message. That's awesome. Okay, I see a bunch of questions on email. There you go. Okay, Katya, that's awesome. I will answer you separately. Elena, thank you so much for joining. That's awesome. So I'm just going through emails as well. I've got a bunch of emails related to this. Okay, we have Brittany joining the membership as well, which is great. What else do we have? Oh, Janita joining the membership. That's awesome. Awesome. Really appreciate you and looking forward to welcoming more of you. Reminder, once you join the membership, let me know the two bonuses, which one you want, and I will give you the bonus as well. And that applies to DCT Plus as well. If you join DCT Plus, I'm happy to give you those bonuses too. So whether you join DCT Plus or you join my Canva membership directly, doesn't matter if it's monthly, annual, whatever, I don't care. Monthly or annual for the Canva membership or DCT Plus annual only, I will make sure that you can get the bonuses. Email me which bonuses you want as well. Let me just remind you what the bonuses are. These are the optional bonuses. Take your pick. Let me know which one you want. I will definitely do that as well. Okay. That's about it. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Really appreciate you. We'll be in touch. Email me if you have any questions or send me a DM. Cheers.